Assalamu alaikum. It was September 1995 in central Bosnia. The brother's name was Thauban and he was from the city of Ahsa in Saudi Arabia. He was 21 years old, 20 or 21, tall, slim, skinny guy, and he was known by, he had this trademark big afro on his, even though he's of like Arab skin, so he had this like curly, and he used to wear his hair in like this big afro. You could recognize him a mile off. So this was about 7 or 8 weeks after the genocide, actually less than that, maybe about 5 weeks after the genocide at Srebrenica, which was Europe's worst massacre since the Second World War, and 8,000 innocent Bosnian men, women and children were slaughtered under the noses of the Dutch United Nations peacekeepers. So 5 or 6 weeks after the genocide at Srebrenica, there was a huge battle that took place. It involved 11,000 soldiers from the Bosnian army, to maybe 2,000 foreign fighters took part in that under the command of the Bosnian army. So we were in different groups, and we had to attack the positions of the Bosnian Serbs. Now, after the battle, I remember that there was one brother he was in a different group, I was in a group, and there was about a group of 20 of us, and we had to take a certain position. And this brother who told me, he was in another group, and he said to me that Thauban was the commander of their group. He's a young guy, he was the commander of their group. So as the battle started and they attacked the Serb bunker that had been assigned to them, and there's crossfire going on, and the brothers are trying to attack the bunker, and the Serbs are firing back. Most of them would run, but a few of them would stay, and they would fight back. So in this particular case, so he said, this is the brothers, his words, what he told me. He said all of us were taking cover, all of us were down taking cover while the bullets are, while we're being shot at from the enemy soldiers inside the bunker. They're shooting at us, and they're on a mountain, at the top of a mountain, and he said we're being shot at, so all of us are taking cover, so that the moment there's a lull in the fighting, then we'll advance or we'll fire them back. We'll fire back at the bunker. So while we are there, he said Thauban is not taking any cover, and nor is he lying down. He's standing up, like out in the open, and he's encouraging, in Arabic, he's encouraging us, like his group, that come on, brothers, come attack the bunker. He said, I saw, that his brother's telling me, he said, I saw bullets were hitting him, but he was brushing them off. He was unaware, but he's brushing them off like his leaves or twigs that are hitting him. And this brother who told me this, he was there and he saw this with his own eyes, because he was a few meters away from Thauban. He said he's standing up, he's oblivious to that he's being shot at, but he said that bullets are hitting him, and he's just brushing them off. Like he's standing there and he's shouting, come on up, and he's just doing this, he's just doing that, he's just doing that, and the bullets are bouncing off him. The lesson from this story, and he was fine, Thauban. I mean, the Muslims, they won that, the Bosnian army, they won that battle, and Thauban came back without a scratch on him, and I saw him. I mean, he was perfectly fine. He didn't have a scratch on him. The lesson from this story, the reason I wanted to share this story, is we have, in this modern day and age, 2024, we have forgotten, we have no idea of the world that we live in. Because nowadays, it's all about science, generative artificial intelligence, mRNA vaccines, space exploration, where we can find out what's happening on craters, on moons that are thousands of light years away. But Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says in the Quran, يَعْلَمُونَ ظَاهِرًا مِنَ الْحَيَاةِ الدُّنْيَا وَهُمْ عَنِ الْآخِرَةِ هُمْ غَافِلُونَ. That their knowledge is limited to what is apparent from the life of this world. He doesn't even say they only know about the life of this world. He said they just know a few apparent things, but they have no idea about the hereafter. There's us, the physical world that we live in, and there is the world of the unseen, the metaphysical world. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, He can protect you with whatever you are going through. He can protect you in means and ways that you cannot even imagine and that you cannot even expect. In this case, this brother Thauban, he had gone there for Allah's sake. He had gone there to help people that were under attack. By the way, I'm talking about the 1990s, so before any young brothers out there start getting ideas that, okay, I want to go to this other country and I want to go, I don't advise anyone to go and fight in a war in another country. Has legal consequences, it has physical consequences. You could get shot, you could get caught, you could get disabled, paralyzed. It's not a joke. It's not. This isn't the movies. So if you want to help, maybe there's other ways you can help, but I don't recommend that you do that. That was a different era. The world was different. Everything was different. Anyway, so he had gone there. Thauban had gone there for Allah's sake. So Allah protected him. And how did He protect him? Allah created the laws of physics. So it's easy for Allah to change them. That's no big deal. If you are shot by a bullet, then the bullet will enter your body and it can seriously injure you or it can kill you. That's a normal thing what happens. But Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, if He wants to, He can make exceptions. I remember when I was a child, I saw this Bollywood movie, and it was called Divar, which means wall, and Amitabh Bachchan was like the main actor in there, and he plays a Muslim. So I think he plays a Muslim, but anyway, he gets shot by someone, but he gets, he thinks he's been hit. He lies down, but then when his friend comes, he sees there's like an amulet on Amitabh Bachchan's chest which says 786, which is supposed to signify Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. It obviously doesn't. That's all nonsense. 786 doesn't mean anything. But in the movie it's depicted that it means Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim, so it's like a good luck charm. And in his case, the bullet, it hit that small metal amulet that he had on his chest, and it just bounced off and he was protected. So that's a movie. But here what I told you was not from a movie. It was not a story. It's a witness account, and it is something. I mean, I don't know where Thauban is now. Is he still alive or is he dead? I mean, this is almost 30 years since that incident, but the brother who told me this story, he's still alive and well, and he's living, and he was witness to this. He saw this with his own eyes. So there are forces at work. There is a world of the unseen. There are angels. There are things going on that we don't even know, that we're not even aware of. So whenever you fall into despair, or you're going through a difficulty, or you're going through a hardship, remember that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, He protects you in ways that you cannot even think about, that you cannot even imagine. So remember that. That was the story for today. And if you are enjoying these videos, please like them, please subscribe to my channel, and please turn on the bell, and please share them far and wide so that others can also benefit from them. Until the next episode, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.